I remember covering this story, and I was saying that it's the most disturbing story that I saw that particular year. And I couldn't believe that journalists are willing to go this low. So what they did is they went to a football match, and they saw this kid, which had his face painted to represent that the colors of the team that he was supporting, right? So what they did is they took a picture from the profile of this child in order to suggest that he is using blackface. And of course, it quickly got debunked on social media. And the question is so what? What's the harm? Well, the harm is severalfold. First and foremost, in America, doing blackface is social crippling, right? It's not just like, oh, well, we caught him doing blackface. No, we caught him doing black, and therefore, right? Like now, his opportunities to universities need to be barred. Getting a job is more difficult. He's going to get bullied on social media, right? Like if he was to actually do this, he doesn't get the justification like Justin Trudeau gets in Canada, and he manages to receive a pass, right? Like he's not part of the Canadian political class. And due to that, the journalist was very aware of the damage that they were doing by lying and slandering. And then, of course, it's also like creating the culture that the NFL needs to do something based on how private citizens behave, right? So, like, you want fascism, which fascism is like the union between the state and the corporations in order to educate citizens. Like, the NFL is in a position of authority to tell its customer what's what, right? Like, the very mentality of this is fucking toxic. Like the NFL shouldn't tell anything. Like, the NFL should just be concerned about football. I mean, people do have their own family members. People do have their own communities in order to get educated. You don't go to the NFL to get a degree in any type of education, right? So, like, it was this toxicity as well. And also, it was trying to slander the NFL, basically implying that if the NFL doesn't speak out, then advertisers should pull away, right? Like, it's all of this nonsense puritanical persecution culture that's going around in the United States right now. And this publication was not just part of it, but was willing to lie and try and destroy the livelihood of this young boy in order to achieve it. And as you can see, immediately it got debunked on social media. The kid wasn't wearing blackface. He was actually at a football game dressed in the appropriate headgear to support his team. Now, what's interesting, though, is that his parents actually sued the publication. And as you can see here, much to the horror and dismay of GeoMedia, they're reporting that Deadspin was sold to a European publisher and the entire staff was reportedly fired with barely any notice. Now, I have heard people saying it's like, well, part of the staff didn't do anything. Why are they getting fired? And the answer has to be, well, isn't this like the culture that publications like Deadspin tried to create that silences compliance? Like, why were you silent when your fellow editors were doing this stuff? Where were the walkouts? I mean, we got to see walkouts at Netflix and many other publications, so walkouts are possible, right? When Dave Chappelle was allowed to print money for Netflix with his show, immediately you had walkouts and you had the articles of support from many papers. Right? What were the walkouts from the leftists when this happened? Like, if you are so concerned about innocent people getting fired now, you should have had walkouts. Maybe not at Deadspin, but maybe at other companies. Where were the articles of support and condemnation? Huh? We didn't see them. Oh, well, now you're concerned. Oh, I see. So you're only concerned when consequences are happening. Okay. Recently, we were approached by the European firm, Lineup Publishing, expressing interest in purchasing this rag to add to their growing media holdings. Lineup Publishing is a newly formed digital media company which is described as dedicated to creating, acquiring, and managing high-quality media brands across a variety of sectors. Well, if you want high media brands, why are you touching this garbage? Lineup Publisher would not carry over any of the site's existing staff. Well, okay, so now I have a little bit of faith. And instead build a new team more in line with their editorial vision for the brand. While the new owners plan to reinventation to Deadspin's unique voice, they plan to take a different content approach regarding the site's overall coverage. This unfortunately means that we will be parting ways with those impacted staff members. Yeah, but it will probably mean that you won't get sued by the families of the kids you're slandering. So apparently they did get sued, which is why they had to sell. Amazing. I think this should happen more often. I always wondered, like, how is it that America, which used to be the land of lawsuits, like there was even a person that sued McDonald's because the coffee was too hot, or there were people that sued the manufacturer because it didn't say, hey, the rotor blades at your grass mower are harmful, like that type of shit. So I had like lawsuits all the fucking time, and now crickets. Crickets. No, like I do think that the press should be sued constantly, like non-stop. If a comedian can get in trouble for the jokes, so too should a journalist get in trouble for the shit they're publishing. So the terms of the deal were apparently not disclosed. 11 staffers were impacted. And in the memo, the Spanfeller emphasized that he wasn't shopping the sports site when the offer came in. The Daily Mail responded that the Deadspin's writer and editors were given 30 minutes notice of losing their jobs before being locked out on their company laptops, citing a private post on X from the editor. Well, I guess they got a lot more notice than the kid got. Right? No, seriously, like imagine you're a kid. I just want you to picture this, right? You're a kid, you're going to a football, and all of a sudden you become national news. Because like this story was everywhere. Like your face is plastered into every single publication. Your face is everywhere. Imagine how his parents think. Did he get 30 minutes notice? No. Was he asked to comment? No. They didn't even ask. Like, okay, because obviously, normally, like the reporter should have gone to the kid and go like, why are you wearing blackface? And ask the parents. Had they did so, then the slander piece wouldn't have gone through, because when you approach the person, you see, oh, he's not wearing blackface. Actually, he's wearing the colors of the team that he is supporting. Right? So they didn't do that. Is that ethical? Do they need ethics in gaming journalism, or actually ethics in sports journalism? I don't think they need that. I think they need lawsuits. And apparently that's what they got. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, there is a link into the pinned comment down below. It can take you to my Subscribe Star, or heaven forbid, my Patreon. And you can donate there. Like $5 here is a lot more than it is there. Do we have inflation? I think we have inflation. Like, I don't know if I can say this anymore. I don't know if I can say this, because I know that Bidenomics has created... No, sorry, not Bidenomics. I don't want to upset the leftists in the audience. The greedy companies in the United States have created inflation. And I don't know if I can say that $5 there are worth more than they are here. I think that they're starting to be worth the same. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you down below. Take care.